Hey everybody, welcome back to Media XL Sigma. It's actually the first video in this series since getting the new microphone here. Done a little bit of stuff off camera between episodes. First off, I am now 130. We're not quite done Signet farming, but we're almost there, 387. Done a few other things. I don't think my gear has changed too much, except for MOing some pieces. I did get this beast. So I managed to get another Angel of Death with 2 all skills instead of 1, and it rolled 25 spell damage and 13 pierce. Really well rolled. It's only 5% off from being perfect spell damage. The rest of this is all more or less the same. I didn't get a belt with a skill yet, but it'll come. We have the Cold Fusion schematics here, as well as the Eternal Bone Pile. So I'll go over getting those in a little bit. We found this as well, which I was holding on to, part of a set. We did a little bit of extra Cabrax's farming. So we have a 3-3-2-3. That's fantastic. Hopefully I can get a perfect one, but that's pretty good for now. I got a lot of these to farm. You need to farm 60 in total to get all the trophy fragments. Unless, of course, I can get another trophy fragment to drop. But we'll see. I did also finish off my Sunstone of the Gods. I don't know if this was done for the last episode or not. It might have been. I think it was. It was a while ago, so the last one was recorded a little bit, probably a week or two ago. And I've played a little bit in between. So we do have a perfect Sunstone here. Very nice. With the trophy bonus. And skill-wise, we have 3 points in tenacity now, as well as endurance being maxed. And the physical resist is currently at 45, so we're close to that 50. So today we are going to do Kingdom of Shadow for another Eternal Bone Pile, and I will show off getting the Cold Fusion schematics from Vizjun as well. So we'll grab the Vizjun waypoint here. Suppose I can show off how to get to Vizjun as well. We take a look over, where is it? Here? I think it's here. There'll be a portal. That portal you get to from Caldeum, and you go up top to Rathma Square. And after killing the boss, you get into the portal. Portal takes you to Vizjun. Come over here, get the waypoint. So we'll activate our buffs here, and we'll head towards the boss. Ooh. Got absolutely one shot there. I haven't played in a few days now. I've been playing some other stuff, but this is a level 129 area. Enemies continuously spawn here, which is very annoying. Lore-wise, this place is kind of wild. It's supposed to be like a futuristic city or something. So there's like automated turrets and things. Yeah, so it'll continue to spawn enemies here. This place has a increased chance to drop jewels, and it has a charm, and that's it. So if you want to do some jewel farming for your gear, we're gonna be saw a whole bunch of enemies spawn in there. We're gonna be swapping over to gems for our build anyways, so I'm not too concerned. Since we will be moving over to Paragon once I can get right runes to drop. When I move over to Tri-Elemental. Now I could right now swap over to a physical build as well, but I feel like a physical build just won't be as good as the poison build we have going, even with good physical gear. So it could be okay. Amethyst there is nice. I think we have enough amethysts to fill all of our armor slots when we swap, as I believe amethysts are the dex one. Could be wrong, I might be misremembering. Pretty sure they are though. So we just follow along this bottom ledge here. Keep spawning enemies, so you just want to move. Don't worry about full clearing. Ooh. Okay. Drop a portal down here because we're coming up on the boss. You see those markers there are nuclear bombs. Yeah, the lore of this place is wild. Not a huge fan, but is what it is. So I'll wait for those to go off. And there's the boss, the Master Control System. Jeez, it's unlocked. The boss is, as you can see, immune to all damage. You just have to hit it with Purify, which I have hotkeyed from the ring, same one we got in Duncraig. Nukes going off in Diablo. So that's the Master Control unit. We can toss out our Purify, and hopefully we did not get him. It's going to keep spawning enemies, which is annoying. But there we go. So it dies. I'll have to go back there to pick up the scroll. Did I put down another portal? I didn't. Run back.
Activating enforcers. Sentry engaging. Activating enforcers. Deploying drones. Deploying drones. Deploying drones.
So yeah, it keeps spawning enemies. Very annoying. Cold fusion schematics we'll put in here. And we'll go take a look at the ones that we got. 26 dex, 25 vitality. I like the more vitality, actually. It's a little less dex, and one more strength. So I will swap there. How's that? We go 6-3, 6-7-3. The other one. So it's given us like 23 hit points. Not a ton, and I don't know if there's a trophy for Vizjun or not. Suppose I can actually check that. Let's check that real quick. Let's see. Vizjun. There is a trophy. Okay. So I can hold on to it. Let's see. There we go. I'm gonna go buy some more potions. Let's do that. Oh, I did cube a couple cycles, 4 of them here on the wormhole, for an extra 41 life as well. Strength ones I've been ignoring. But any of the life and mana ones I've been doing. We did get an Emblem of Pain to drop. I forget where that dropped, actually. Can't remember. Now, next up we're going to do the Kingdom of Shadow, which I hate, and I practice a couple times, hence why I have the charm. I died a lot. So it's very, very possible that I'm just going to die here, but... Okay. Through Quavsin, ignoring this. To the ruins of Ure. I'm always terrible at finding this. It's right up here, I think. Here it is. So we have the Kingdom of Shadow. Before we go in there, drop a portal, and I'm going to buy potions, because I will be chugging potions here, is my guess. Buy a couple extra, although I probably won't need them. We'll head into the Kingdom of Shadow. Please? Thank you. I'm trying to teleport. Oh, I'm dead. God, I hate this so much. I hate it so much. This took me quite a few tries to get. So I'm going to do that a couple times. We'll try it again. If I can't get it right away, just trust that after many attempts off screen, I did eventually get it. It's roughly in the direction of that arrow, but I'll make sure I have all of my stamina for when I go in here. This is the hut right here. Drop a portal just in case I die right away again. Please teleport. Thank you. Okay. That's the lockout. No. Come on. Fuck this area. Fuck this Uber. I swear to God. So, we'll give it one more try on camera. And then I'll move on to what I'm actually going to do for the rest of this video. Basically, it's just a run through the map to the boss fight. Because all of those enemies, if you're wondering why I'm not killing them, they're all immune to damage. You can't kill them. So you have to just run through. And it's very annoying. As you can see, they can surround and stun lock you very easily. So... Again, I'm going to try and save my stamina, because I'll need it. I always look for this little divot here, that's how I can tell. I'm going to avoid the teleport strat and just run. Fucking hell. Oh, they just swarm you like that. Come on. And I believe those chests you can't even open. They're not even actual chests, as far as I know. Okay. Come on. No stun locking. Go all the way down here. Can you jump this wall? Probably not. Oh, oh no, 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 no. Fucking... Okay, so we almost saw it there. The boss, once you get to him, is no challenge. He dies in a couple seconds. I will, trust me that it's pretty RNG and bullshit. Any Median XL fans will know. It took me about an hour of off-screen running that over and over to try and get it. So here we are. We are going to instead, so we do have it. It's not a very well rolled one. I want a +2, obviously, for Amazon. So we can get better, but I'll wait to do that another time. I'll put my Rip Star back on, since I don't need Purify for Vizjun. And then we are going to go grab a random rune here. We're going to craft a scroll here to get to Fauzdtonville, as many of the people on the Discord like to make fun of the Fauts. It is apparently Fauzed, which sounds way worse, and they're right, but it's a dumb name. And I'm still going to call it Fauts, because it sounds better to me, and that's what I've called it for years. This is where we're going to be doing our farming. I've already done quite a lot of farming here. It's pretty good XP for us as well. And we farm it, other than the Necrobots, everything's pretty fine. Even the bosses drop pretty quick. Now, this area... Oh, Spiritual Shrine. This area is the only place where you can get Great Runes. So, that is what we are looking for. We are looking for a Taha rune. This area also just has increased rune drop chances overall. Now, once I am 135, I can farm Skosglen for runes as well. It has an increased chance to drop runes, and enchanted runes especially. But they increased it from 130 to 135, so I still have a little bit to go. See, I do take a lot of damage, and I don't leech very much off of the Necrobots, but everything else is relatively fine. So yes, we're looking for a Taha rune, and eventually we'd like to find a... I don't have anything on me. Yest rune as well. The enchanted Ist rune. But it'll come when it comes. They're a little more rare. So our first boss, Beta, is right here. Now, being that we're 130, we could also go to Bremtown, but Bremtown is absolutely miserable on this character. So, I don't know. I might go for the Bremtown charm on another character, especially if I'm going to go for the trophy. I'll go on a different character for sure. But can come back when I'm much better geared in my rainbow stuff, which is hopefully better damage, but we'll see. I've not had any great runes drop, and I've done about probably 8 hours of grinding, I'd say. 8. So the reason I go to... Oh, really? I forget, what area is it that's Pandemonium Fortress that I'm thinking of? Something else I must have been farming. So we do have to use potions every now and again here, but overall it's not too bad. Go ahead and put my drop filter on as well, that's better. With my luck, when we get a great rune to drop, it won't even be a Taha rune. But I'm basically just going to be here farming Fauzt until I get a Taha rune to drop, basically. We'll see how much of the 125s I can do on the poison build as well. But I don't know many of the 125s, so I'll be learning them in the video, basically. So I'll do my research on the wiki beforehand, so I know what to expect, but I don't really know any of the 125s, so it'll be an experience. Amulet. Oh, it's another Tesseract. Rolled terribly, though. We have another boss right here. These bosses don't have a charm or anything, but they are worth killing, I suppose. They have slightly increased drop tables, I think. basically one in each corner, and then somewhere around the middle there's another one. I usually just go around, kill the 4 in the corners, and then remake. It only costs you a rune to get here, so... You also don't leech off of the necrobots, and that's a big part of it. Or if you do, it's very little. Whereas the other enemies I leech quite heavily off of to stay alive. So that's a big part of the necrobots being annoying. Sacred Plate Mail. Is that... We only need 13 more sacred items to get the rest of our signets, I believe. So you gotta play it pretty safe with Javazon here. Can't just like run in and face tank everything. Die pretty easily that way. When I swap over to the Paragon build, my hit points are going to more than double easily. So I'll be able to tank things a lot easier. It'll be a lot harder to kill. It'll make those Kingdom of Shadow runs a lot more bearable, for example. I don't know if I'd want to farm Kingdom of Shadow for the trophy, but... the trophy for Kingdom of Shadow is just movement speed. Which isn't, you know, it matters, it's important, but you already get movement speed from it, and there's plenty of other ways to get movement speed. So, I mean, you'd look for one on a perfect character with the, you know, if you're looking to completely max out everything, obviously. What I'm going to check out in the next video will be the final 120, which is the new Whispers of the Damned. I have 3 of them now. I know it's a wave-based thing with a boss at the end. I know there's a new charm of some kind, but I don't know anything about it or how its bonuses work. And I don't know how to be prepared for the fight. So I'll be going pretty blind in that in the next video. See what happens. Ooh, nice. Seen one drop in a while. Not a very common base, that's why I have it on the filter, because I want to get a really good one for my rune word. There is something that I was not aware of, though. I've made the mistake of now, I suppose, a couple times, that I'm sure MXL fans have been going crazy about, which is that I only have 3 sockets in here. It's the way rune words used to work in 1.0 and earlier. Everything before 2.0 was that there was 1 rune for the rune word. I think there might have been a couple exceptions for that, but basically it was 1 rune for the rune word. And in 2.0, they added the actual rune words, or Thul, Val, for example, for Dragonheart here. And I was under the impression that you needed the exact amount of sockets for these rune words. Because the way it used to work is you would put in, for a chess piece, for example, 5 jewels. You would craft jewels and then put your rune word into that. But then they added the actual rune words, and I figured it worked like D2 normally, where you have to use the exact amount. But apparently you can still fill in slots with jewels and then finish, as long as the last few things are correct. You can still make the rune word after the jewel. So you don't need to worry about number of sockets. So if it rolls 0 or max, either way, you're fine. So it doesn't work like how I thought it did. I do have Sacred Phoenix Shields on the notifier as well, as a Sacred Rare crafted Trinity. I'll probably go Trinity for the shield. Here we should have... Ooh, Eye of Wisdom. This is the Druid O skill amulet. Interesting. I haven't seen that one yet. We picked this up. This is the Edrium set. That's kind of cool as well, actually. Physical res, strength, vitality, ED, flat damage. Ton of extra defense for the Edriums, which we have, we just don't use. I will use eventually, but... So yeah, you don't leech off of the Necrobots, which is kind of annoying, but... I suppose that would be where life on hit would help us a lot. That way we would still get some life. And life on striking is not too hard to get, really, either. Another Belladonna. You've been getting a lot of them to drop. Wonder if there's a way to stack them with Oils of Craft. I'll have to look into that. Would save me some space, because the Belladonnas are starting to add up. I did also get confirmation that the spell does indeed shotgun in the way that I thought. So each of these projectiles that you shoot out only ever hits an enemy one time. However, the secondary effect, those explosions, if you aim it at an enemy who's standing right here at the end of all of these, or into a group of, in this case, 6 enemies, since each javelin can only hit one enemy, or each enemy can only be hit by one, and on impact they explode. Those secondary explosions can all hit the same target. So if there's an enemy right here, they'll only get hit by one of the javelins, but they'll get hit by all of the explosions. Now each explosion has multiple projectiles that come out of it, and only one of those projectiles affect an enemy, but each of those bursts do. So getting an extra javelin, an extra projectile for Eviscerate, does increase our single target, assuming they're at the max distance, which obviously is not going to always be the case, but so they do shotgun like that, which is what I expected, but I confirmed it by asking some people over on the Discord. And that also could indeed be false information, but that's what was told to me, and I trust their knowledge over there. So. Basically just means you want to stand pretty far back for your single target damage. Now, obviously, you're usually going to go in with Impale for your single target, but if you can stay at a distance, so certain fights, for example, Cabraxis, you're not going to be able to stay at that distance. So now that's not a great example, actually, because you want to use Eviscerate on Cabraxis anyways, because you don't want to get into melee. But on bosses that you can't keep at a distance, then, you know, Impale's fine there, usually. But if you can keep them at a distance, like that case, for example. Now, the shotgunning is a lot less important for my build currently, since, of course, I'm using poison. So multiple hits of poison, not important. One big hit of poison is better, because multiple hits of poison aren't going to matter. So. So I still have 2 more bosses to kill in here. As you can see, the Great Rune drop rate is not good. I've had some pretty bad luck with it, but I've made up for it with really good luck on this character, especially with getting like perfect charms and lucky drops for things. In general, been pretty good. Like, all 3 of my Tranathala trophies were drops. I didn't have to farm the charm to craft trophy fragments at all. So that was incredibly lucky, so. I'm expecting much worse luck here. We're almost at alpha. Now, the shotgunning, although isn't as important for our current build, it does still shotgun the physical portion of our damage, which isn't insignificant. We still do a decent amount of physical damage as well as the poison. I can probably start ignoring shrines, but I'll pick up everything just to have it. You never know. Never know when I'm going to want to craft a weird item for a build at some point in the future, you know. The Shield Maiden does make us fairly tanky, but it doesn't make us immortal. We don't really have the hit points to back it up. Okay. So this is Alpha down here. Once we swap over to Paragon, our damage should be comparable to how it is now. Because we'll be swapping over to the Tri-Ele build. But it's going to give us so much vitality. I'm actually curious. I may be able to put a... I wonder if you have to do jewels before the rune word or not. I'll have to look into that, because I may actually want to do... you know, a jewel for percent innate LE is probably the way to go anyways. For innate LE and attack speed. I was thinking maybe I want to put a jewel in there for Paragon, right? Or a gem in there for Paragon, rather. But, okay. So there's more enemies we can kill here. Obviously, there's plenty more on the map to do. And I think there's one more boss somewhere around the middle as well, if I remember correctly. Usually don't do full clears. I'll just start over and do the loop again. Usually, you waste time running around looking for enemies when you just remake it, then you'll always be finding new enemies, right? Having to backtrack and look for enemies you missed. If the cost for this was higher, then, you know, might be a problem, but... You can see we got a decent chunk of XP from this as well. We're almost at 31. I think we were a little under halfway when the video started, so that's pretty good. This is a 130 area, which means I think everything can drop here. I think any item can drop here. I don't think there's any item level above 130 for Sacred Uniques. I could be wrong though, there might be a handful that are higher than 130, but I think 130 is the cap. The Angel of Death Sat Amulet does drop here quite frequently, as we can see here. For whatever reason, it has a drop bias here, so we'll see it a lot. Hence why I was able to finally farm up a better amulet than the one I was using. I'm hoping we can get at least one interesting drop. We got a couple things, but nothing really interesting. Basically, we'll be farming here until we hit 135. And, while I'm doing in between farming at Fauzt here, I'm gonna attempt some of the 125s, but no promises I'll be able to get any of those charms. Maybe some of them will end up being quite easy. I am pretty sure it's Taroja where you fight Lilith. Go through the cemetery, same way I'd go to get to Taganzi. I don't think she's too difficult. You just need to use the Edrium summon. I don't know if you need to do much else. Damage, obviously, but I think the fight isn't too complicated from what I know. So that'll probably be the one that we try first, is Taroja. We'll see. That won't be in this video. I'll be finishing this one off soon here, after I finish this run, basically. Which is almost there. I am gonna miss having the set aura. I never did farm up the Javazon set either. Still using the tiered unique weapon here. Using a tiered unique to farm Fauzt here is pretty hilarious, honestly. Now it is MO'd with lots of extra damage, but... Ooh. That's interesting. A maiden fight, or a maiden javelin, but it's F. That's potentially gonna be really good. So I will go ahead and craft that, see if we get good rolls. Because what I can do is I can craft an indestructible jewel. And that'll make it indestructible, obviously. We only use up durability when we do Impale, so with Eviscerate we're not worrying about durability, but we will be using Impale with it for our rune word. That there, unless we get a really bad roll here, that could be our base. So let's go grab an Oil of Renewal. Please. Please give us something good. I'd love to see something good here. Okay, so we're looking for 50 plus damage and any attack rating roll. Please. Oh, it rerolls it off of Ethereal. I didn't know that actually. That's interesting. So I'd have to find a gray one. Wow. Wow. Okay, getting an ethereal one will be way more difficult than I thought. And that only rolled 37. So we have already... Yeah, we have a 52 here. No attack rating on that one, but we have a 52. And this one could actually go as well. We do have another one to roll here, though. We found earlier. $39. Well, you win some, you lose some. These we'll hold on to for our collection. But that puts us at 9 away. This is getting pretty full as well, but I'll clear it out a little later. This is Druid Bow. Anything else I can pull out of here that is... I don't think so. We're still holding on to this gear, which is what we're going to use when we swap over to try Ellie. So far, this is our best base. 107 to 133. Which, obviously this has 230 ED on it, as well as 60 EWD, and 100 max damage crafted. So, obviously, it's going to look better. But we will be MOing this as well with, I don't know what we'll do first, actually. Sorry, didn't mean to bump the microphone there. Let's put our shrines away. That away. I'm curious to see if we can craft these. I don't think we can stack them. Yeah, I didn't think so. But we got 6 down here. That would be pretty cool if you could stack them. But I'll just keep doing it like this for now. Hold on to this. That. So I'll already have one ready to go. Alright. So in the next one, I'm going to check out these Call the Dams. We'll see what happens. It'll be my first time checking them out. I've farmed up 3 of them, so I'll do all 3 in the next video. Might do a little more farming between videos, but we'll see. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, leave a like, consider subscribing, and I will see you all in the next one.